Hi, I'm Emily and welcome to the park. Now don't forget, if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up and subscribe. So today we're going to be working with our resistance bands, which are great for all levels with less risk to injury. They're fantastic for improving muscle strength, bone density, flexibility and stability, and they're really light and easy to carry any way you like, even on holiday, in your pocket. Let's get moving anyway. So I'm going to start off working with my upper body, nice and gentle, pushes away from the body with one arm whilst the other is stable at my chest. So to keep me moving through the whole body, I'm going to take a soft knee, and every time I reach that arm out, keeping the shoulder blades down and back, pulling up in that tummy, lengthen the spine, I'm going to use my out breath to feel that reach through the arm, not through the shoulder. We breath in and go out, and 2, and 3, and 4, for 8, 5, keep breathing, 6, and 7, and 8, change arms, just rotating that arm nice and simply, push away with the palm of the hand, keep the breath going with the main movement, that's a push out for 7, and 8. We're going to take that to the side. Keep your stable hand at your chest, working that upper arm, squeezing those glutes and everything as well as you work that arm for 8. We push to the other side, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. We're going to push down. We change arms, push down and pull up. Really feel the back of the arm working there. Keep it going for 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. I change again. I'm just gently rotating. I'm not gripping the band, so I don't send tension into the wrist and up the arm to the neck. So my hands are nice and relaxed. I'm just using that flexed hand to help the band stay stable. I'm going to take a different position, pop my hand on my shoulder. The hand that's working is going to let the thumb come on the outside, inside and outside of the band. The thumb taps my hip. I raise that arm a little bit higher behind and I push back, and I can really feel those triceps working hard as I keep that hand in line with my hip for 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Notice I'm stable with the rest of the body on that one. Feel that push and pull up. Let's take it to the other side. The hand goes to the shoulder. I treat my hips and my shoulders nice and square to my front. My thumb has slipped onto the inside of that band, so my palm is pushing in that flex position. Take the thumb in line with that hip to get that elbow back. Slight soft knee, pull that tummy in. Now I reach that arm away and I work that tricep. Keep it going all the way to 8. That's 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Hold it there, just breathe into it for a second and bring it back and come round to the front. Now I'm just going to wrap my hands into the palms facing each other. So I'm going to bring my feet together. I'm going to start to rotate those shoulders back to keep the chest nice and open. 4. And then I'm going to find that lovely position with the arms reaching down here, and I'm going to pulse from the upper arm. I feel the whole arm working as I slowly work my arms slightly higher each time I pulse out, engaging my oblique muscles down the side of my body, pulling the shoulders down, shoulder blades down and back. The moment your shoulders lift, you don't go any higher. We don't want to shorten our neck. We're coming down again. 2, 3, keep that pulse going, pull the tummy in, 6, and 7, and 8, we go again, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, coming down, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, hold it there, feel that resistance, keep breathing, working from the upper arm, and release, okay, just give the shoulders a little bit of a wiggle, okay. Now we're going to do another exercise to really strengthen through those shoulders, pulling the shoulder blades down and back. You're going to hold the resistance rather than pulse this time. Parallel feet, hip distance apart. Breath in to push down and lengthen through the arm. I slowly breathe in and out, so that's my out breath halfway. I pull the obliques down at the side of my body, shoulder blades pulling down and back. I do not allow my shoulders to rise up. Keep the resistance stable. We're not pulsing. Another in breath and out breath to take my arms as high as I can. And as I pull up, I'm going to pull up through the whole body. You may not go any higher than your shoulders. You must not let your shoulders rise. So I can really feel that resistance there working all the way through that shoulder and the upper arm, down the side of my body, squeeze that tailbone under, tummy in, and then when you've held it just for a couple of deep breaths up there, we breath in and breath out to come all the way down, holding the resistance, really working those shoulders and strengthening through that arm, and there is my release. Okay, we do that 4 times. Breath in, lengthen the arm, breath out, breath in, keep going. Now if you're at your point already, you should be stopping. If you can go further, pulling up. I'm gonna feel that is about my furthest point there. I'm holding that resistance. I'm breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth, pulling up through everything. Breath in and breath out. As I come down, I don't release the resistance yet. And then I release. I can really feel my upper arm working. You might give yourself a little bit of a shake there. Twice more. Breath in, feel the length. Engage those obliques as well as the tummy muscles and everything to hold your core nice and strong. Breath in again and breath out. I'm keeping rising, pulling down on those obliques, pulling down and back with my shoulder blades so I don't come out of line. Reaching. Some people might be able to take it to their ears, but do not allow your shoulders to rise. Really holding that resistance. It's almost making me shake a little bit in those shoulder areas, but I'm really feeling the strength through the whole arm, strengthening through those muscles. Breath in and breath out. Come down, but I don't let the resistance go. Here at the bottom, there's my release. One more. Here we go. I hope you're with me still. Breath in to reach and lengthen. Pull those shoulder blades down and back. Breath out to come halfway. Breath in through the nose to breathe to go higher. Breath out, I pull up through the whole body. Weight is over the balls of the feet, so I'm nice and stable. Pull those shoulder blades down and back, holding it there for roughly 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breath in to lift and lengthen, and breath out. Keep the resistance. Don't speed up and go too quickly. And then release at the bottom. Oh, wow, I need to give those arms a little bit of a shake. Just let your arms swing just a little bit there. Let's take that band over one shoulder and see if you can just grab that hand as your stabilizer into the small of your back with your thumb. This hand should stay nice and stable. It should not be being yanked up and down. That will hurt your lower arm. The arm that's working is the top arm, and again, we're working those triceps. So we're going to soften those knees with parallel feet apart. We're going to include a little bit of stability here, trying to keep our balance nice and strong. So every time we reach and pull up, let me get my fingers to show you properly actually. I'm going to put the whole hand there in that flex position so that I can reach nice and safely. The band doesn't slip off my hand. 1. Keeping my elbow as close to my ear as I can, the tummy in, the tailbone tuck, slight softness in the knee if you want to. You don't have to pull up to complete straight, but as we come down, we soften the knees and we pull up 1 and 2, working that arm for 3 and 4. Bring the feet together, 1 and 2 and 3. Now here's where we help strengthen our balance. Take the heel off on the opposite foot to the arm that's working. 4, then we take the whole foot off. Keep strong, keep pulling up for 3 and 4 and open and wide. So you get that little bit of balance test in there as well. Take that arm down, let that hand go. The other arm is going to work, so we put the hand through the band, thumb is on top. Now, easier way to put that band over your shoulder, pass it behind, grab the lower part of the band with the other hand, and now watch my working arm. I'm going to twist and rotate my hand out and bring it up and over the shoulder, just in case you find it tricky to grab that band. So here we go. We've got feet parallel hip distance apart. We're going to reach up and 2. Breathe out as you reach. 4. Bring the feet together and 2 and 3. Slight nod of the head. Take that opposite heel off and 2 and reach and 4. Take the whole foot, keep the pulse, keep that balance, pull up in that tummy. 3 and 4, open wide, testing your balance, and drop it down. Now leave the band where it is. We're going to just pass those hands behind, and the palms are going to face each other behind my tailbone. I've got my feet hip distance apart, nice and stable, a little bit wider than hip distance apart. I'm going to pull up in my tummy and I'm just going to pull down and open those arms nice and gently, working through the whole arm and opening up my chest for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I'm going to hinge a little bit from the hip line and soften those knees, keeping my tummy nicely pulled up, squeezing my tailbone, lifting the arms a little bit higher to work those arms again. We pull 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I go a little bit deeper still if you can, otherwise stay with the previous stage. We pull those bands apart for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Now bounce it through bigger and 2 and really pull those arms apart for 5 and 6 and 7 and hold it for 8 and release. Let go of one side of the band so you can come up and rotate the shoulders to loosen off a couple of times. Open up the chest by rotating the elbows. Open up the whole body by lifting and reaching, just giving yourself a little bit of a stretch, having worked those arms. Well done. Okay, so now we're going to do our open curtain where we reach across the body and include the whole body. We take it open and we keep the back shoulder here like a bow and arrow. We pull it apart and open that chest and lift up through the whole body. We keep the toe tap to begin with and we're going to start to take the foot off and test our balance again. Here we go. We go for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. We go off the floor and 2 and 3 and 4. We plant it, we do a rainbow up and over, keep the feet planted, lift out of that waist for 3 and 4. Up on the toes is the balance. That's a tricky one. 3, pulling up, and 4 and come down. Okay, let's try that all on the other side. So the working hand that's reaching away, palm is facing out. Nice wide feet, we step across and we pull around to our toe tap, opening that curtain for 3 and 4. We take it off the floor and 2 and 3 and 4. We do our rainbow up and over, keep the feet planted, up and down, breath out as you reach, and one more. We try to take it up on the toes. Oops, let me do that again. Here we go, we take it up on the toes and 2 and pull up and pull up. Now if you find that rise too difficult, keep your feet nice and planted. It's just a lovely, lovely stretch there. Okay, so we're going to work our way down the body. So we're going to step one leg through our band. And before we go to the legs, we're going to work on those biceps. We mustn't forget those. Parallel feet, hip distance apart. I've got the band on the back of the knee. I step back into forward and back parallel line, hip distance apart. I pull up on that back knee and I keep my weight nice and centered and I sit deep. Now, if that knee goes anywhere beyond that big toe, take that foot a little bit further back. We don't want to put extra pressure on that knee. The knee should be in line with the heel. We're feeling the stretch through the hip flexor here, as well as squeezing those glutes. So we're holding this balance. It's testing all our core muscles to keep stable, but we're focusing mainly on that bicep. So elbow is into the lower hip line there, or the upper hip line, and we're going to squeeze and pull up. 2, 3, working it with our own body. We don't need any apparatus for this. Keep it going. For 5 and 6 and 7, hold 8 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Take a lift of that back leg because it's quite tricky for the balance, and give it a little bit of a shake before we do it one more time on this side. Here we go. Parallel feet, hip distance apart. We take a step back. We take the heel off and we drop the weight nice and even, holding onto those tummy muscles. Tuck it in, tuck that under. Have that resistance against under the back of the knee there, and bring that elbow close to your hip line. Here we go. We squeeze with the out breath and work that bicep. And 2 and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Hold and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release. Pull up nice and safely, weight comes forward, step onto it and give that leg a little bit of a shake. Now, we do have to swap legs, so let's take that band off and pop it on the other knee. Here we go. Other arm, parallel feet, hip distance apart. Step it back, weight is even. Pull up with that back heel and drop into that right angle position. Stretching through this hip flexor, tummy in, tailbone under, so we're holding onto our core muscles, elbow nice and close to that hip line. And here we go with the out breath. We give 1 and 2, working the bicep, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Hold 8, little pulses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep breathing, 7 and 8. I feel it harder on that arm, funnily enough. Bring yourself up, take the weight forward, step onto it, give that leg a little bit of a shake, and let's go again. One more time. Parallel feet, hip distance apart, step it back, weight is even, lift the heel, drop it down. Nice stretch through here. Hand is ready, elbow is close to my hip line, breath in and breath out as I pull it up. 2 and 3 and 4. Try to relax this hand so you don't grip and send tension up the arm. 7, hold 8 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Wow. Okay, I'm going to come back nice and safely, leaving that band around that first leg. I'm going to step the second leg in. Okay, we're going to work on those legs now. So just to begin with, we're going to feel the resistance by stepping apart. Okay, so we're going to go 1 and 2. Now, the thigh needs to open as well. I don't want thighs caving in, that's wrong. Knee over that big toe. 7 and 8 and close. We go the other way. We go 1. Squeeze the glutes as you drop down, pull up in the tummy and breathe for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and close. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of a lift as we step wide, lift the inner thigh and 3, 4 for the pull up. As in the tummy, as you lift that leg and work that inner thigh just across the supporting leg, keep it going. Another 8, here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so if we're doing that with the inner thigh, we must do it with the outer thigh. Now we're taking it back. So we're going to lift that thigh back, reach the arms across the supporting leg so you keep your balance, and lift the other thigh, lifting that knee up and opening the thigh like you're skiing with an open thigh. Keep it going. Keep the upper body as tall as you can, but there is a slight tilt forwards, so you keep your balance with your weight over the front leg that's supporting you. We go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, and come back. Okay, we got to do the top of the thigh. Here we go. Pull that tummy in. We're going to raise that thigh up, keeping the leg further away from you, not underneath you and cheating. Keep it away. Pull the tummy in. 2, and keep really pulling the crown of the head toward. Hands to balance any way you like, on the hips, or you can have them out. We go 8, 7, keep the hips down. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We have to do the back of the leg. We have to do those hamstrings. So here we go. We don't curl the leg completely up because the band will slide up your leg. You need to push it away with a soft knee. 2 and 3 and 4. Feel that hamstring working for 6 and 7 and 8. Step together. We go the other side. Keep it pushing away. Feel the resistance. 1, 2, 3. Keep the parallel line for 5 and 6 and 7. Squeeze that glute. 8. Okay. all the way around the legs. Here we go. We're going to really work the glutes now on every angle. Soft knees, standing on one leg, toe tap here. Keep the knees facing the front, parallel line, hands to balance. We're going to pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you find it difficult to keep the leg right off the floor, you can tap the floor in between. Keep that going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and plant. Other side. Really working this outside thigh and this glute here. Here we go. Parallel line. We lift it off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now again, if you want to tap the floor, keep it going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and plant. Okay, we're nearly there, I promise. Make your heel kissing position for me. Step back on one leg, drop into that seated position on the back leg, and toe tap at the front. It's a nice small movement, but it really works that inner thigh nice and gently as we pull that tummy in as we lift and drop it down. Here we go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now flex the foot if you can and keep it off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pass it through behind. Same thing. Nice and small, but really working into that glute. We take into a flex and we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you haven't done the toe tap, then toe tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close it. Bring yourself back to heels kissing. The other leg goes out and we sit down on that supporting leg. Pull up in that tummy. It does work the supporting glute as well. Here we go. We lift it off and toe tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flex. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull up, pass it through behind. Get that balance before you go anywhere. See if you can take the balance of the flex and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Toe tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it in. I've got one more for you. Okay, so this is important to get all the way around those legs. We point our working leg to the back corner of your imaginary room. If you are in a room, it's properly to the back corner of your room, not behind, to the back. We're working down the side of that glute. Hands across to keep your balance. Take the weight with a pointed foot and we're going to push. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Flex it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it in. Soften the knees to give them a release. Other corner. Hands across. Pull up in that tummy. Stretch that foot away. Take the balance and push to the back corner. Keep it going. 5, 6, 7. Then flex it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it in parallel line. And we have to do right to the back of the leg. So we step it back. We pull up. We want to take the weight onto that front leg, so we must flex that foot to give ourselves room to really lift. Keep it flexed, hands are forward, and we push back to back of the glute. Keep it going. 5, 6, 7, another 8. That's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, slight release, take the other leg back, weight comes forward onto that front leg. Lift out of that waist, flex that foot, get that parallel line, not turned out at all. We're working the back of the leg and the back of the glute. Here we go, we pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, another 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done. Okay, so we just need to stretch out. So let's take that band off so that we don't trip, and you can pop it neatly in your pocket because it is so light and easy to carry. And what we're going to do is just a couple of stretches to finish off. So I'm going to get you to take your parallel hip distance apart. stepping back into your lunge as deep as you feel safe to go, hands on that thigh. Now, if that's not deep enough for you, take it deeper, but make sure your heel is on the floor. We're trying to stretch through that calf as much as we can. You can hold it still, or you can have a little bit of a pulse, but make sure that knee does not go beyond that big toe. I'm feeling it in the calf and the ankle. That's what we're stretching right down the back of the leg. Pull that kneecap up, and if that's not enough, take the arms high and do that little pulse. Well done. Hold it there, swing the arms down to bring you safely up and change legs. Other side, take your deep lunge first, test it. Not quite enough for me, so I'm going to pick the heel up and go a little bit deeper. Check I've got my heel down, parallel line, hips and shoulders nice and square, and I'm going to pulse and 2 and stretch it a little bit deeper into that calf. Then I'm going to take my arms up, keep it going, 2 and 3 and 4. Excellent. I'm going to take that swing to help me come up nice and safely. I'm going to step back on my first leg. I'm going to hinge from my hip line into my flat back until I feel the stretch at the top of that leg. Now you can go as deep as you like, but if you go deep and your back starts to curl, that's too far. You must have a flat back. You can have your hands on that thigh to support you and feel the crown of your head really reaching to the front of the room, tailbone reaching back. To deepen that, we're going to breath in and breath out to soften that back knee. Take it deeper. I can feel it stretching even more. And to deepen again if you need the next stage, and you can hold on to a chair or something to do this, but if you're freestyle, then just let that arm swing to help lift that foot, and then drop deeper again and hold those arms forward. That will really stretch out. When you're ready, you soften both knees, contracting the tummy, and peel yourself up nice and safe. Rotate those shoulders. We have to do it on the other side. Parallel feet, hip distance apart. Step it back, lift out of that waist, hinge from that hip line there. Excellent. And I can feel that stretch now. So now I know that's a good place to start. And if I want to go a little bit deeper with another out breath, so long as my back is flat, that's okay. Now to deepen again, I'm going to have my hands on the thigh to support me, never on the kneecap. Breath in and breath out. I'm going to slightly soften that back knee, and I can feel that stretch even deeper right into the glute, in fact. And again, I'm going to let that arm swing just to help me lift that heel into flex with that out breath. And then I'm going to drop down deeper again. Okay, hold it there for 4, 3, 2, 1. And soften the knees, peel up nice and slowly, contracting the tummy with the weight on the front leg so you come up nice and safely. And just standing with the feet parallel, hip distance apart, take the weight onto your chosen leg. Take a slide down to the knee, holding onto that ankle, and just pull that heel tight into that tailbone, tummy in. Tailbone tucked under, taking the second hand round to pull that heel nice and tight, stretching through the hip flexor and into that thigh, and then release. You can hold on to a chair if you don't feel the balance is quite correct there. So here we go again, other side, soften those knees, slide the same arm down the working leg, pulling that heel into that tailbone, pull up in that tummy, take that balance, take the other arm round, pull up in the tummy, tuck the tailbone under, stretching through that thigh and that hip flexor. Hold it there for a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, and release and let it go. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. Now I hope you like that video. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and if you have any comments, please leave them below.